I've been reading for a long time. In 5th grade, I had a college reading level. Somewhere along the way, I stopped reading for a bit, but when I picked it back up, I fell in love with it again. Something about connecting to my inner child. Maybe you're like that, or maybe you don't read, never have, and claim that you can't. What if I told you that you really can't read because you don't have good reading skills and habits? Let me help you develop some. So you're going to read. You want to become a master at reading. Or maybe you just want to read more. What you need to do first is learn how to make habits. To make a habit, it's going to have to be something that you do every day. Every day you need to allot a certain amount of time to reading, whether that's in the morning, nighttime, midday after you get off work. 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day at least of reading. This is my current read. I read in the morning and at nighttime, most of the time. Sometimes I just end up doing the morning or just the nighttime, depends on the day. But it doesn't matter as long as I did it every day. You need to do it every day. Some of you probably feel like you can't read because, I just get distracted. I read a page and then I'm like, what? I have to read it again because what the fuck did I just say? You're experiencing all of those things because you don't read enough. So your reading muscle in your brain is weak. It's weak. You need to work it out. And you do that by doing the thing, by reading. Highly recommend this book, by the way. You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. It's really all mindset based and it's a really good book, so go pick it up. You need to make reading fun for you. If reading is not something that you like to do, you think it's boring, you can't focus, romanticize it. And this goes for a lot of different areas of your life. Romanticize it. Sometimes I just go and get Starbucks and read there, or I get Starbucks and go to a library and read. Sometimes I do what I'm doing right now. I take a blanket outside, I get my book, and I read. That makes it fun for me. Changing up your environment, doing things you like to do, like getting Starbucks. Because I love Starbucks. That's gonna make it easier for you to read. That's gonna make it funner for you. It's not always the same thing all the time. You need to add a little pizzazz in there. Do something different, do something fun while you're doing the thing that you want to make a habit. Also with this, do book reviews, write down the books that you read, tell your friends about this book, that's also gonna make it more fun. You need to start with books that you're interested in. If you know that you like reading fantasy books, those are the books that you need to read. It's gonna be a lot harder for you to sit down and read a book about psychology if you're just trying to read, but you really don't wanna read. That's gonna make it a lot harder for you to stay consistent and keep reading. Read something that's fun. Read something that you wanna learn about or that you like doing or that you are interested in. Please stop saying that you can't read. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and what you put out in your head. If you're always saying to yourself, I can't read, it's just too hard. Guess what the universe hears? Okay, they can't read. They can't read. They can't read. And then guess what? You won't be able to. It'll be difficult. You'll be reading and you can't focus. Your mind is wandering off. Your brain says, let's get on Instagram. No. Stop saying you can't read. If you want something to manifest in your life, if you want to do a certain thing, you need to start saying it as if you are doing it. You need to start saying to yourself, I can read. Reading is easy for me. I love to read, stuff like that. You need to start affirming that to yourself so that it will be easier for you to read. Okay? Fake it till you make it, because then once it's already there, it won't be a surprise to you or your brain. You just be like, yeah, I'm reading. One of the best things that you can do to help maximize your reading experience is learning and studying how you retain information. Do you guys remember in school when they would give us tests about, are you a visual learner? Are you an auditory learner? Are you a hands-on learner? All that stuff. That stuff is actually really important for all areas of your life. You need to study how you retain information because this is gonna make it a much better experience when you're learning anything. What is the point of you reading a whole book and you can't remember anything that you read or you don't apply it to your life? That's pointless. There's methods to how people read books to help them retain information, take notes, highlight your favorite quotes, all of this. As you can see, as I showed you, my current read has a lot of tabs in it. And there's also a bunch of highlighted pages. That is because I annotate my books. I annotate my books because I find that this is how I best retain information. I also highlight my favorite lines, my quotes, and I actually put them in my notes app. So if I find a quote from a book that I'm like, Like, that touched my soul. I put it in my notes, okay? Annotation. This is a really good book. Please go pick this up, okay? Fast, easy, fun read. And I color code them sometimes, as you can see. Annotation. Annotate, annotate, annotate. That is a skill I advise all of you use. It's not only fun, but it's helpful. And that's also going to make the reading experience even funner. All about fun. So adding on to the last thing I just told you, when you read books, especially self-help books, I personally, that's my genre of books. Most of these sitting right next to me are self-help books. If you're reading knowledgeable books, philosophy books, self-help books, those type of books, use what you learn in the books in your life. Anytime you find opportunities to use quotes, things that you learn in the books, you need to be using them. That's why we read, to learn things. If you're not using the knowledge, what's the point? There's no point, literally. Even just like in conversations. So if you didn't know this, in your brain, you have a front lobe of words that you use every day. This is your everyday word bank, your front locus of words that you use every day. Reading anything really helps you upgrade your frontal surface of words that you use every day. You want to keep adding words in there, more intelligent words. Successful people don't talk like poor people do. Just putting it out there, okay? So you want to really use what you learn in these books to your advantage and really use the words. If you see a word in a book that you don't know, look it up. Learn, and use and retain what you learn in the books and put it in your everyday life. This is my last and probably most important tip for building any habit or reading. Reward yourself. If you finish a book, take yourself out to do something. Tell a friend. Give yourself a sticker. Say yes. Add it to your reading list. You need to reward yourself for doing these things that you're trying to build. Your dopamine levels are not going off the same way that they do when you're scrolling on TikTok, when you're doom scrolling on social media and stuff like that. You're used to getting that quick, easy, cheap dopamine. What a book gives you is much more valuable, and the dopamine that you get from a book, you need to up yourself because you probably haven't been reading in the last 4 or 5 years. You literally reading every day already puts you in the 1% of people. Majority of people don't even read a book a year. So you're already putting yourself in the higher group of people, and that's what success is all about. You really need to reward yourself, find ways to make reading fun for you so that your brain can give you the dopamine that you need to keep on going and to keep on reading. That is the expensive, fancy dopamine that we like, that we get from books, okay? I really hope you apply these to your life and become a better reader. If you like this video, you should check out my last video. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe so that I can give you more of what you want. Have fun, be safe, and become a better you.